If you find yourself with a camera in your hand and want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment below. Hey Photos photographers, today in our third video on selling, our specific topic today is about commanding attention. Now, we're not talking about the 2-year-old activity of throwing a hissy fit and everybody turning in the room going, oh my word, the 2-year-old just erupted. What we're talking about is talking about the clarity we mentioned before, but in the detail of being able to allow emotion to show through. And again, I'm not talking about a hissy fit. I'm talking about, we just recently had a challenge about showing emotion, and specifically the emotion of joy. If you can imagine, or have you seen any videos or photographs of a young child, I'm saying someone under a year old or 9 months even, when they see something that they associate laughter, pleasure, good time with, the joy that you see on their face of, I love that person, or I can't believe what I'm seeing, this is great. Oh, this will bring tears to your eyes. Go search some videos about children that get reading seeing glasses that corrected their vision to where they can see their mother and father for the first time clearly, or children that get some type of implant, like a cochlear implant, to be able to hear for the first time. That'll bring you to tears. It's that kind of emotional raw reaction I'm talking about. Work at finding a way to communicate in every photograph you take the emotion tied to whatever it is that you're imaging. You find a way to communicate that emotion clearly, concisely, so that when somebody sees that, they're drawn into it because they had the experience to draw from, and you have communicated that, and you have drawn their mind back to that time, that space. That is huge. Point number 2 is detail, and that detail is going to be so vital in communicating that emotion. The detail involved in bringing that individual back needs to be available but not crowded. So there's, I, I, I struggle with this myself. I've shared with y'all some in video overlays and some thumbnails of some of my work. I know I'm prejudiced about it because I put a lot of time into it. There's a lot of things that could be improved and changed about that work, but each one of those things remind me of something I was learning at that point. And all of my photographs now remind me of something that I'm learning now. So don't feel like you'll ever be able to coast. If you and I ever stop learning and we feel like we're coasting because, oh, we're tired and we just don't want to put more effort into our learning, our photography, we're not going to be communicating the depth of the emotion that we need to, and we're not going to be putting the detail into our photographs. Without those details of being able to show the emotion and to input the detail, point number 3, we will not achieve either, because both emotion and detail are required for this third point, which is clarity, to be clear. Again, this kind of goes back to a previous video's point of minimalism, but I wanted to bring that out and to give you an understanding of where we were going with that. But to be clear, it's a little bit of what I'm trying to do and not doing so well with my face. I am trying to convey a passion, a drive, a purpose within me to be able to do what I'm sharing with y'all. But my emotion is not clear about it because I don't have the details of having worked through this as thoroughly as I want to. Now within photography, I believe I've worked through it fairly thoroughly, but my thought process is in a different realm, and partly why we're talking about selling today. I'm learning a lot about sales and selling, but within photography, I got to a point where the the product I was shooting for the individuals that I was selling it for, basically by image, other people would write up descriptions, and they were putting it into magazines to be able to gather clients. So they were doing their own part of selling, but I was doing a selling because I had to create the emotional draw so that collectors would actually see the item, not just knowing the description of it and where it was coming from and who the describer was pointing to in history, having interacted with this item, but I created that emotional draw of, I love that picture and I want that item in my collection, and I want to create that same look and vibe that every time I go by my collection, I look at it and see it. I had to create that feel. I had to create that look. Um, Sometimes I got direction and artistic drive from the individuals that were going to be selling that item, but I didn't always get that. So I had to fill the role of art director and photographer, which took up a lot more of my time. So I had to be very careful of what I did, but I had to create the emotion, I had to bring the detail, and I had to make sure it was clear. So all of that very much includes the composition that we shoot in photography, very much includes the settings of the camera in detail, and very much the lighting factor. So all three of those things definitely mirror the three things that we need to be putting into our photography so that we command attention with the emotion, the detail, and being clear about it all. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to seeing your comments and your thumbs up so that other people can see the content and learn from it as well. If you're not yet a subscriber, we would love to have your subscription. Thank you so much. God bless.